welcome. This is episode 52 of So Well Spoken. I'm Moris. With me is Angelus.
Yo.
Mike.
Hey, what's up?
And Dream Visions is back.
What's going on, family?
Do you guys want to do the what you've been up to, or do you want to just go straight to the topics?
No, we can roll with that, man.
Do you have some things to get off your chest, Mike?
Yeah, I got some confessions, you know.
Mike got like 6 kids. It's finally letting all out.
Tristan, is that you?
Nah, I woke up like 20 minutes ago. So if I'm quiet or lethargic during the podcast, blame that. I'm not high or drunk. I'm pure. So yeah, thank you.
Angelus, I take it you're sober?
Yes, I'm very much so, man. I'm wide awake. Took a nice nap earlier, you know.
Responsible.
Yeah, man. I'm an adult, man. I'm a whole ass adult now, you know. I gotta do adult things, you know. Can't be a kid anymore. But don't worry, tomorrow I'll probably go back to my old ways and I'll just be an ain't shit all over again.
Oh, damn. It's such a positive message for the kids.
Hey, man, you only live once, kids. Like, there's no reason to be an adult. Being an adult is trash. Look how racist and shitty they are. Be a kid forever.
I mean, kids can be racist too.
I was talking to the kids of color, man. Come on.
Okay.
Context, man. This is a well-spoken podcast.
True.
Dreams, I take it your week has been pretty good then, at least?
Yeah. Mine has been pretty good. I picked up a suit. I feel good about it.
Damn.
They stitched my name inside of it and everything. It's pretty cool.
Look at this baller.
You know, you got every once in a while you gotta get tailored suit. But no, I'm gonna be heading out over the weekend to check in on an old friend that has multiple sclerosis. I have not seen him for a few years now, and you know sometimes you gotta check in on your friends, you know. So
yeah, of course.
So I'm gonna be hitting the road this weekend to go up and see them, spend a little time with them, and you know make sure they know they're loved. Something that we don't get enough of.
I hope you feel bad about your week, Mike.
Well, damn.
Why me? Like, why are you pointing me out?
Yeah, you're right. Oh, you're right. We're all on different paths here at So Well Spoken.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to get some sleep, dog.
All right, so 6 Brown Chicks is a blog and a Twitter account. They're 6 Brown Chicks. And every Wednesday they do an advice event where people submit advice to them, or submit questions to them rather, about the situations they're in. And people in the comments just discuss over what they feel is the best course of action for that person to take. And so we're going to take some of those questions and we're going to have Mike, Angelus, and Dreams here give us what they feel is the best advice for these people in these situations. So the first question is, dating 2 months. It was love at first sight. After our first date, I immediately started my prenatal vitamin routine.
Oh, wow.
How soon to discuss kids with him?
Yo, 2 months and you're trying to talk about kids, you're gonna scare about like 95% of niggas away. Like,
Don't do that shit.
yeah, I'm just being completely like honest with it. Most guys, hell, guys period, I'm like, oh hell no, this chick is either crazy or like she really just wants a kid or something like that, and they're just gonna completely dip out. Like two months is not enough time to determine if the guy you're with, you know, is suitable to be your husband and your baby's father. Like, you're asking for trouble. Like, this is basically asking for an L.
Don't do that shit.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah. Don't do that shit. Just don't do that shit. I can't.
There's
can't
no other way.
enough.
Yeah, there's like nothing else to add to that. Because honestly, I'd break up with them right there. Like, well, I will see you later because it is definitely me. This is too soon. Bye.
2 months, fam. Like y'all barely just
2 months. You haven't met my parents yet, yo. What the fuck?
Yeah, real talk.
The person did say after their first date, they started their prenatal vitamin routine.
Hell no.
After your first date.
After
like,
our first date.
Yo, she over here plotting. No.
Poking holes in the condom. Yeah, I'm just.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. You just wake up one day, you go to work, and you check your check, and you got wage garnishment coming out for child support, and you're like, wait, what?
Tried a new diet tea. Shortly after this dude I really stand for told me he's coming through, had stomach cramps and a really bad accident in his car on the way to the club, and he flipped. Should I leave this childish man alone? He hasn't responded to my text.
Hang that up.
I mean, number one, what kind of car does the man drive? Did you give him a warning that, yo, my stomach hurts, I might vomit in your car? Like, if you didn't tell him anything, I think it's completely justifiable to be a little bit upset that you just randomly barfed in this man's car. But at the same time, that shit can always happen at any time. And it's a normal thing that people do. Not obviously constantly, but it's a normal thing that they do. So it's like, get over it, I guess. It's like you getting upset with her for days at a time isn't going to change the fact that you got vomit in your car. Like, clean it up.
Was it vomit? No,
I'm assuming it's vomit because I don't want to think it's the other thing.
It's definitely not a thing, dog.
Angelus is being the gentleman right now.
Yeah, like
fuck.
Because if it's shit, then no.
No.
If it's shit, that I really can't. I really can't argue in her favor.
Can't help you there.
Probably you could probably get over. It's kind of like,
exactly.
Oh, dang,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, boo, you sick? Oh, dang, you drunk a little too much. But if it's
if you just shit in my car, like, I'm gonna be really like, yo.
There you go. That's it. No, man, you can't. Nah, bro. She definitely shitted.
Yeah, I don't think there's coming back from that.
No, it's not, because I would be mad irate. Like, it wouldn't even be like, are you serious? I'd be like, yo, did you fucking shit in my whip? Like, yo. Nah.
She must be really into this guy.
She said she was standing for him. You just don't mention stand offhand like that.
Can you imagine how into someone you'd have to be to accidentally take a shit in their car and then want to see them again?
No, I can't imagine that because I would not see you again.
No, I'm good.
Did she give him a warning or something, or was she just like chilling in the car, listening to music, talking? All of a sudden, she just goes, "Yo, fuck, I'm gonna let this one go," and just.
Well, it was probably involuntary giving a tea or whatever. It's probably one of them situations where she just got in the car, someone was feeling upset, didn't want to say anything, ruin the moment.
She could have said something to me. I'd have been like, honestly, if you would have said something to me, like, yo, I took this tea diet, my shit's fucked up, please pull over right now, it's coming. I could understand, but like, if you didn't say anything, nah, man, nah.
And see, this is the recurring thing, right? Communication is key.
Thank you.
You got to communicate this kind of thing. You got to understand the value of a man's car to a man. You can't just surprise somebody with Dookie in their passenger seat. That's not what's gonna happen. It can't.
I think that's for anybody. Like, it goes for anybody.
Yeah,
like,
I would imagine that a woman, if you like shit in a woman's car, she would be equally upset. Like,
very.
It's like, nigga, you just shit in my car.
even worse, probably, because
I imagine they would be much worse.
She would go back quick as hell. It's like, go to the group chat. Hey, you know what this nigga did?
But see, I'm thinking if it's a guy, he's got on jeans or some slacks or something, it's probably not going to see through the pants and into.
Oh my god!
If
just open the door and run away.
If it's like that tea shit, your shit's gonna be liquid, fam. So So I can just see, like a woman driving, she got her nails done, trying to look fly for this guy, and he just shits in her car. Did you just shit in my car? And she's just like hitting the steering wheel with her palm, like, oh hell no, nigga.
Clapping.
Yeah, like, you got me fucked
you did not just.
Nigga, that sounded wet.
Yeah, she's like, you got me fucked up. You got the right bitch to put you in the wrong situation, nigga. And pulls over right there. And get the fuck out. Like, wow. Yeah.
Chat gonna be lit that night.
Oh, definitely. She's telling all her friends. She's telling her mom, her best friend, her brother, her sisters. The whole neighborhood gonna know. And that shit's just gonna propagate, and everybody's gonna like, yo, I heard fucking Ezell over here took a shit in somebody's car. Like, damn, nigga, like, you can't even go out no more.
Yeah.
You got to move to another state in a whole new region and shit. You can't be on the East Coast anymore.
Hang it up.
Like, just be single.
So officially, our advice is to move to the other side of the country.
Basically.
I mean, you might not be able to do that. You might have to just relocate, pull a Batman.
Yeah, just go immigrate. Like, you're done in America. Like, get out.
Is protective services an option? You get like a new name and new passport.
You're gonna have to. Shit.
Yeah.
The fourth question from this Wednesday.
Third.
You gonna skip the titty leftovers? But okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna. If you do, you want to? You go.
No,
ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead. I just read it, so go ahead. Go ahead.
The fourth question from this.
Wait, what about
Wednesday.
the third question?
That's what I was just talking
Mike,
about.
go ahead, Mike. This one's all you. This one's you could take full responsibility for this one.
All right, question 3. Dating a woman with huge breasts. I love it. Problem: sometimes during foreplay, I find chunks of food in her bra. Food from what she ate earlier in the day. I'm so disgusted by the leftovers. I don't want to play with her tatas anymore. She likes that advice.
You know what? That's enough internet for today.
Okay, like when he says like food leftover, does he mean like crumbs from like like little small crumbs, or he's talking like
my man said
I mean, it's big enough for him to see, dog.
yeah, like if it's crumbs like from a show, like I get that.
Probably
But, like,
got
you're
a
talking
corner of a
like
sandwich, bro.
yeah, like you're talking like a pocket, like a sandwich, just like shoved in there.
Like if you find a hot pocket, just
Yeah,
a whole
like-
hot pocket.
If a whole chopped cheese is just chilling in there, I'm like, yo, what? Wait a minute, like
Because I get that happens. I have friends that had an issue or whatever, but it's like, yeah, it's like, yo, a chunk, my guy. Like, how do you not know? I guess I don't know. That's just funny. Yeah, bro. Once again, communicate. Say, hey, I'm tired of seeing these big ass sandwiches. While I'm trying to, get it on or whatever, it's throwing me off and making me hungry instead of horny. And yeah,
I mean, you can. I feel like you can throw helpful hints. Like you could wrap a bouquet of roses in like a bib, or
bib.
you know what I'm saying, like a handkerchief. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a
You can send her some how-to videos on how to properly, you know what I'm saying, dinner etiquette to avoid.
You're gonna teach her how to eat.
I feel like that's. I feel like it's gonna make everything worse because you're being passive aggressive instead of just telling her. The whole communication thing you just talked about, you are actively avoiding it.
Look, that's communicating.
No. Just tell her like, yo, honestly, I would just tell like, yo, listen, I'm loving them breasts, I'm loving them nips, but the food particles, they gotta go. Like, I don't know how you don't feel whole pieces of meat.
But see, she might take it personally. There, she might take offense.
Man,
okay, that's why you say it. That's why
you
you say it in a nice way. You don't just go, yo,
I don't know
listen.
if you can say that nicely, fam.
Yeah, you can. Like, hey,
Okay,
I love the
all right,
time
throw it
that
at
we
me
spend.
like.
You can say it nicely.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
say
like-
it nicely. Let's hear it.
Yeah, okay, so I go, hey, I love you. Pause, like,
I love you too.
long pause.
I love you too. Mm-hmm.
like but I notice, when we're engaging in our activities,
What you
you
notice?
have a little bit of food chilling in, in the breasts.
Oh,
And,
nigga, what the fuck? What?
That's what I said too, and I saw like, nigga, what the fuck?
Oh, there you just fucked it up right there.
Now you're getting slapped.
Game over.
But yeah, I mean, there are ways to say it tactfully and not be a dick, So
I see.
yeah, if you really care about this person, you'll be tactful about it. If you don't care, you'll probably be a dick, and then you'll be like, yo, my girl broke up with me, man. And then you'll be emo for like 6 months and shit, because that's how dudes are. And like,
What if you was just in the sheets and then jumped out of bed, went to the bathroom, got you a wet towel, and came back and just wiped them boys down beforehand? No, that might go over poorly.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta imagine at some point, like, she's gonna notice that, yo, I got food. Like, I don't know, because like,
I mean,
if you think
apparently
about
she'd
it,
had chunks and she ain't noticed before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
people
kind of
get
hard not
mad
to notice that
comfortable.
shit, though.
People get mad comfortable with stuff like that. So it's
then
like, I'm
that's
not
a
surprised.
that's an indicator of something, a bigger issue. Then
Hygiene issues, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
because I imagine like if she's like just coming off work, taking a shower, she's like, holy shit, I got like a slice of cheese down my shirt. Like she'll try to like take steps to remedy that. So yeah, I mean, I imagine that she notices it and she's going to adjust properly. If she doesn't, then yeah, that's an indicator of a bigger problem. Like you may not be the most clean person around,
Let's continue on to Trump.
Damn, already.
Yep. It is that
the
time again.
The sooner we get it out the way, the better we can move on to greener pastures.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump's personal attorney had his law office, his home, and an apartment raided by the FBI. And now this whole thing's kind of blowing open and is hitting a phase that I wasn't really expecting until a few more months down the road, like closer to November.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it on the news. I didn't hear it on. I heard it on Deez Samaro actually, and they were talking about it, and I was just like, "Oh, they raided somebody. Who they raided?" And I heard Trump's lawyer. I was like, "Oh, word!" Like, damn! Like, they ain't wasting no time. As soon as Trump said, "You talk to my lawyer," like,
oh, that nigga probably snitching right now. I'll tell you everything.
You threw his lawyer under the bus so bad. Because now bruh is in trouble. They found documents saying that he's the one that paid Stormy Daniels the money, the hush-hush money. Which is probably why he didn't get why the whole, non-disclosure agreement didn't get signed in the first place. Because the lawyer was doing all the dirty work or whatever. And it was idiotic enough to not do that one little thing. But so basically he's a terrible lawyer too. So
I think this only strengthens the argument that no one around Trump thought he was going to win. Because when you make out a cash settlement like that, it raises a lot of red flags, and every attorney knows that. Like, there shouldn't be any attorney who doesn't or isn't aware of suspicious activity reports. So this screams to me that he thought it was going to be something that popped up way down the line that he could get out of easily because Trump would have been a nobody by then.
As much of a nobody as Trump could have been at that point.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And I think you could say that for a lot of the people around him who are getting caught up. It didn't seem like they were expecting to be put under any sort of scrutiny.
Yeah.
Like, they never expected to be in the limelight.
Yeah, that's pretty much like the running theme. It's like, oh, this person gets caught up in this. This person is, making an appeal for this. It's like, yo, y'all really did not... If y'all wanted this, like, because why would you even go through such an elaborate ass scheme to get this man elected and not cover your bases? Mm-hmm. Even if you didn't think he was going to win, at the same time, at least cover your base to a point where you don't get arrested just in case something comes up. You know what I mean? It's like,
I think it's because the people around Trump are just scumbags.
Yeah.
Scumbags are idiots.
The type of people who are willing to dance in that gray area for money tend to kind of take these sort of risks.
Yeah, I think that's a really big part of it. Like, he likes who he likes, and they don't have to be qualified. They don't have to be exceptional at what they do. He just has to have a good impression of them. It seems that way anyway, and then he'll hire them.
That's definitely the case,
right?
Yeah.
So he has, all throughout government now, we have all of these unqualified, inexperienced people doing things, just as he has around him in his personal life. He had his daughter doing, a lot of his business things for him, and young Jared, and all of these other like random people, because he trusts them, and that's at the end of the day, it seems like that's all that really mattered to him. And now it's unfortunate for him, I suppose, because these people, as you said very correctly, were not very good at their job.
I was thinking about Ben Carson when you said all that. I was like, yeah.
God damn it, Ben Carson.
Ben Carson's he's just there to check box, that diversity quota.
I had an argument with a dude or whatever at work about Trump. Black dude. It was like so disappointing.
Did he vote for Trump, man?
Nah, he was just saying Trump getting us jobs, and I was like, nigga.
Oh boy.
I'm like, yo, just because he's getting people jobs or whatever doesn't mean shit.
He's not really getting people jobs though.
I mean, it's just it's also amazing to me, like to look back to 2008, to look back at the Obama years, and to think about how cool and how relatively chill. I mean, people on the right, were losing their damn minds about birth certificates and Dijon mustard on his burgers and shit, right? But like, to contrast it with like presidents, lawyers getting raided, and porn stars being in the news every night on actual news channels, like I don't understand how we how we let ourselves get here.
Who's we?
Yeah, I know.
This is definitely
you know,
a white people thing. It's white lash, man. Every time there's a
is.
progressive movement in America, the white majority gets scared out their minds, thinking that they are losing, their relativity or power, and so they put in the most fucked up. They do the most fucked up thing they can and just go hard right. And it's just like it happens time and time again. It happened after the Civil War. They bombed Reconstruction. Happened after the Civil Rights. We got the Jim Crow. It's a reoccurring theme in America. Like it's literally woven into the fabric of America. So I pretty much knew this shit was gonna happen. And it's just like, yep, it's about that time for that good old white lash to kick in.
I mean, but it's like, cutting off your nose to spite your face, man. Like
that too is
like,
very much.
there was so many.
It's like that every time.
Yeah, that's very much American too.
But I mean, like even then, like you think back to the other candidates. Like I mean, there were normal mainstream Republican candidates that were available that at least had some experience that would not have been just ridiculous.
It's not about the experience, man. It's about the racism.
Yeah,
it's always been about the racism. The difference between those candidates and Trump is those candidates talked in code because they were scared to offend. Trump just said what he wanted to say, and people are like, well, fuck yeah, damn right. We're going back to the good old days. Like, that's what people want.
You're right.
And I mean, that's always been the Republican playbook is like their entire platform is built. The conservative platform has always been built on racism. It's just that, in the last couple of decades, they've coded it and abstracted it so that, they had that plausible deniability. But it's like with Trump, he was just like, what's the point of me saying, this shit like this? Just say what I really feel like. And, here we are. Like, he is the president of the United States because he's saying what many white people feel in their hearts. Like, hey, they think that, the black people, we're taking everything from them. They feel like the Mexicans are taking everything from them. It's like, no, but like Bubba, like the reason why you don't have shit is just simply because you have no job skills and you've skirted by in life by being white. Like that was your skill, your talent that you brought to the table was being white, and it doesn't cut the mustard anymore.
Speaking of Trump saying what they wanted him to say or what they wanted to hear, shout out to Cambridge Analytica for helping him find the right words to say to motivate these people, because this is still Donald Trump, right? Like the man born with a silver spoon in his mouth that got his first $1 million loan, from his father. Like he's not in touch with these white people, so he had to rely on his analytics and his consulting firms to even understand enough of the code language that we're talking about right now to be able to connect with them.
True, but I mean, Donald's always, sold racism as part of his branding. The difference, he took out a whole page ads on Central 5, he's denied housing for black people for decades upon decades in New York. Like, a lot of people are acting like Donald Trump is a brand new racist. Like, oh my God, he used to be so progressive. Look, he took a picture of Oprah back in the fucking, 90s. And it's like, dude, Donald Trump's always been racist. Like, just because you take a picture with a black person does not make you not a racist. Like, you're still a racist. You're just a racist who knows how to, play the optics well. That's all that means. And it's like, so many people fall for that. And it's just like, oh, can't be racist. He's hanging out with black people, or he can't be racist. He's got he's got a black person, he's got a Hispanic person in his freaking party. Like,
look here, he is a Don King.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't absolve you of racism. It just makes you an idiot for believing that that's all it takes to not be a racist. And unfortunately, there are black folks who think that, hey, if you're taking a picture with us, you're not a racist. And it's like, okay, like, I feel bad for you, but that's not how it works, fam.
And somewhat good news, Paul Ryan is not going to run for whatever his position.
Speaker of the House. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty shocking to me because his life goal is to kill poor people. So to give that up right now, it's just, wow.
Well, maybe he's got a new way to do it.
Yeah, that's something. You probably found something in the private sector like, yo, I can kill them this way. Excellent.
Mm-hmm. Or we probably don't want to get investigated by...
he has... his numbers in Wisconsin aren't looking great.
No, I was just going to say, I think part of the reason why he would make this sort of announcement is because he, sort of irrespective of his politics, he can see a forest fire from a distance, right? And like the
perm
shit that's
not even
going on
close.
with these Republicans, like the more he can distance himself from it and just like relinquish the belt and just walk away instead of trying to defend it, maybe he can make the argument down the road to run again without having sort of the stink of this on him. And,
he's
and
running
the
for
stink of a
president.
He
loss on
might be
him.
able to convince the Republican base in
Yeah.
5 to 10 years, but
Yeah,
I don't think
exactly.
that the swing voter or a Democrat is going to forget how complicit he's been.
You got these kids coming up from this era or whatever that has seen the Republican Party at its worst, and they're literally like mobilizing against them, pretty much, like NRA and all them. So this next generation coming up is about to vote in pretty much the next few years. So it's like that's scary for Republicans.
I would like to think so too, but one thing I have learned in my short life is that people have a very, very short memory when it comes
That's
to this
true.
kind of stuff,
That's
man.
true.
And
That's
like
absolutely
he can get
true.
up there and he'll be he's a really young guy, right? He's like mid 40s maybe. So he'll get up there maybe 55. You know what I'm saying? He'll with the salt and pepper hair and talking really well, sounding good, sounding like the adult in the room, and people will just vibe, just flow towards that, man. This is how
Depends on
people are.
the political climate we have at the time too.
it
'Cause you
does.
might have like 5 more celebrities by the time he gets up there.
Yeah.
If we put another celebrity in, I'll probably start saying without any hesitation or joking manner that I hope America as a country falls.
Yeah, because it's crazy out here, B.
People talking about The Rock. I'm like, yo, I swear to God, if this nigga wins, I just
Rock is Republican, right?
I don't know what he is. He's just not
Yes.
qualified to be a
Pretty
damn
sure he
president.
is.
That's what I know.
Yeah.
The Rock is Republican?
Yeah, pretty sure.
That's disappointing as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
I ain't watching Fast and the Furious 9. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, it is. It's disappointing for sure.
Damn, I just watched Jumanji. I feel bad now.
Well, Kevin Hart isn't, so there's that at least.
Kevin Hart's not even
look,
funny.
Kevin Hart has his own baggage.
Yeah, I was
does
just
he?
about to say. I was just about to say, nah.
He
man,
probably wouldn't win
he-
anyway. He's too short. Like,
He was over there, Tristan Thompson and him damn self. so I
Oh,
don't know.
damn it. See, I shouldn't even asked.
Twice, actually, probably.
Let me
it's
keep
twice.
my Santa Claus.
Yeah, it's twice, yeah.
Oh, really? Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
He cheated on his first wife with his current wife, yo.
Oh, so she knew
A
what to
habitual
expect.
ain't
Then.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is stringing together a combo.
Wow.
And then he cheated on her in a threesome. So it's like, yo, like you just like,
Advanced tactics.
yeah. Like,
You know what's interesting about it? Like I think of what's interesting to me is like with Kevin Hart apparently now with like Tristan, who I will keep mentioning. But it's interesting to me to contrast him with somebody like, well, maybe I can't contrast. Does Denzel have any baggage I need to know about before I?
That we don't know.
that
of.
Oh.
we don't know of. Just
Okay.
don't put your hopes in any male celebrity. You will be good.
I guess I'm just sort of wondering, like, what is it that keeps making these oftentimes married men step out on their wives? Is it? I mean,
It's the power.
We're not
man.
going to solve that on this podcast.
You're really
James.
not. This is like a multifaceted.
It's like legit the same thing broke niggas cheat on their girlfriends. It's greed, man. That's all it is. Cheating is just greed. You're just getting more than what you can actually. It's like, dang, I can get that, I can get this, I can get that one a little more. That's all it is. Like
Sounds
that's
like you
it.
really want to cheat, Mike.
No, I don't. At all. That's all it is. Like, it's you don't have to really like conceptualize any further than that. It's just greed. All it is.
Yeah.
Especially when you're famous or whatever, you have the ability to go step out and just do more. And
So you say
you
the
got that
ability
power.
to step out as if it's a positive.
I mean, it's a positive to them, obviously, because they doing that shit. Like it's like ain't nothing. People taking pictures of me. I'm a fucking famous basketball player, and I'm on the Keeping Up with the Kardashians and shit, and I'm still doing this shit. Like niggas don't give a fuck. They got money, they got power, they don't give a fuck. I'm telling you,
Basically.
like that's pretty much what it is. With broke people, it's sadder because it's like, damn, dude, you ain't got none of that. You still out here fucking, you know. So it's just like it's greed at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's just simple. It's simple greed.
But don't ask that question to a nigga who cheats though, because they'll go into some like fucking pseudo philosophical bullshit about men, we're not meant to be with one person, we're meant to spread our seed. Like nigga, like go choke on a horse dick, dude. Like shut the hell up.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow, horse though. Where'd it go from?
I don't know, man. I honestly like one of my biggest like pet peeves is I do not respect people who commit adultery, man. Like at that point, you ain't shit to me, like at all.
Yeah, no, trust me, I'm on the same wave, dog. So, leaving Trump news, jumping into this pop culture. How y'all like Cardi B's new album?
I like it.
It's cool, man.
I do too.
I was surprised.
I was too.
Yeah, I think it's a really good album. I was like, yo, she's got some bops on this thing. Okay, Cardi.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of proved a lot of haters wrong. Like, oh, yo, she's just a one-hit wonder. I was like, okay. When these singles start dropping, though, woo.
Yep.
That's what I'm about to say. That's a lot of good singles on here. Like, I could definitely hear some radio play for like the next year.
Yeah.
For a lot of these, especially like Bacon Head or whatever in a strip club or in a club.
Well, Bacon Head is gonna blow up. Then my favorite track on there is I Like It. I was like, yo, I like this. Yes,
yeah,
give me that reggaeton on there, yo. Like, whoo.
Every time I hear that song, I feel bad I'm not drunk.
Yeah, so definitely congratulations to her. Considering how far she's come.
She did.
Yeah, she came a long way.
And it's so funny because, you know, Tomodachi 69 was like, he's the hottest thing in New York. And it's like,
who?
Tomodachi 69, Takashi.
I don't know who that is.
You're fine. You've lucked out on life to not know who he is.
Okay, good.
You never heard the song Blicky with the Sticky?
No, I haven't.
I really envy you, honestly. Like,
I really haven't.
Damn, I really wish I could have not heard any of his music.
But this past week has been pretty good for like women, of course, for especially black women. The Drake dropped that knife.
I knew this was coming.
Wait, how was that for black women?
Have you not listened to the song?
It's a pretty good anthem for black women. The music video is really good for representation for black women.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. I'm not gonna lie on that. I just saw it coming because it's Mike. I was just like, if anybody's gonna mention the Drake track, it'll definitely be Mike.
I haven't heard. Is the song good?
I haven't heard the whole song. I watched the video with no music on because I'm not a big fan.
I did not like the song, but I like the video.
What I don't like. It's not nothing I would download and be listening to. It's just not for me. It's for women, you know. And it's like, it's good for them. And I'm like, cool. Y'all got something y'all can enjoy. We got enough songs I can enjoy. I can talk about.
That man's made enough fuckboy anthems for like 3 lifetimes, you know.
Music's coming.
That's Drake's whole lane, so you know.
Yeah, exactly. Drake came out with a fuckboy anthem just like a few months ago.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm good.
That's what he does. He's got his lane. He stays in it. That's fine.
Yeah. He goes back and forth every once in a while, you know.
Yeah, it's actually really. I really do like the music video a lot. Like the
video is really good.
Yeah. He's got a lot of black women. Like almost everybody in there's a black woman, and like they're from different parts of America. Some of them are from like flat out Africa. Some of them for the UK. He did his thing.
Is Olivia Wilde black?
I said no, most of them.
She is not.
That's what she thought. She was like the first woman I saw. I was like,
she was. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, but that's why I was like, oh, okay.
I guess he did it so that people on Twitter can't go, what about white women? What about us? Like he was like, here's one right here. She's half.
And then Issa's bright ass smile came out of nowhere. I was like, all right, there we go. I feel a little bit better.
Yes, sir.
Then Shuri came up at the end. I was like, yes.
Yes.
Right?
It was really weird because like on Twitter, obviously, but people are making this, men, I should say, because it was like literally almost all men were like, oh, how come Drake didn't show any African American women? I was like, nigga, what? Like,
who said, men said that?
Yeah.
Issa popped up like, just like the
they were saying that Issa's not African American. I'm like, nigga, her, like, because she's Sanglinese, but it's like her parents are like American citizens. So she's like a second generation.
African, okay.
But I mean, she's technically like she's literally the definition of an African American, no matter how you want to use that definition. You know what I mean? Her parents, her parents are both American. Like they're citizens. They're Sanglinese, but they're citizens. And she was born here, born and raised. So she's literally African American in the sense that she's a black woman born in the USA, and she's African American at a point in the sense that she's an African woman who is American.
Oh, go
ahead, my bad.
I was just gonna ask: Are we as a community to the point where we ready to start divvying up and separating?
I mean, that's always been part of the fucking thing, though. Like,
is it?
Sadly.
Has it been?
Yeah.
Oh well, shit.
Like there are like a
from the
lot of
Midwest,
Africans who
man.
don't like being identified as black, and then you've got black folks who don't think that Africans are black. It's the stupidest shit ever. Because it's like, do you think a cop's really going to be like, "Oh, you're Nigerian, go about your day"? No, he's like, "Get your hands up, nigger!" Like that's going to happen regardless.
I had a girl legit upset me because I said African American vernacular. So you're not African? I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, all right, you got it. I'm not having this argument. So
yeah, it's
people are right about it. It's like, all right. So, but yeah, it was dope video. Cardi B came out with some dope tracks.
The Weeknd dropped his album.
The who?
The Weeknd.
I'm kidding.
Drake too.
Drake too.
The better Drake, I should say. You know. I said what I said.
Yeah, you said it. I don't agree with it though.
I mean, you're a Drake fan. I expect that.
I mean, even then, it's like I don't even.
I'm just saying, like when a Weeknd pins stuff, like I can relate better than what he's saying than Drake. I'm like,
so
I don't even do cocaine.
Binges, okay,
yeah, like I don't even do cocaine, but I can hear his heartbreak. Like I hear Drake rap, I'm like, nigga, you're not even really sad. You're just upset that she got over you. Like half of the time, like.
I'm just saying. Man, Marv's Room's a classic. But yeah. But yeah, it's been a good little week for music. A lot of good stuff dropped.
Yeah, a lot of good projects dropped.
Cardi was on Saturday Night Live. She announced she was pregnant.
I was just about to ask, did I read that she was pregnant?
Yeah, she was pregnant. Even though it's been very obvious for the past few months or whatever, but she announced it. So Offset got him another little baby.
Who was that? Like a seventh?
Possibly. I don't know.
Probably.
You said Offset?
Yeah,
that's his stage name. Offset.
Amigos?
No,
that's his real name though. Offset. Like
his name's Offset Migos.
It's too much internet for me.
Quavos Migo.
That's these real people's names. I thought these were all stage names.
They're stage names, bro.
Take off Migos.
Y'all worrying me right now.
Okay. She's gonna be Cardi Migos.
Oh my god.
Though to be fair, Quavo's real name is like Quavarius, so it's like literally just a shorthand version of it.
He's the only one that has a name that's related to his actual stage name or whatever.
No, Takeoff too, because he always gets taken off tracks.
Oh my god. No respect for Takeoff, man.
Takeoff's a really good. He's a decent lyricist within the group.
He is. That's why it's so sad when they be taking him off, bro. I'm like, yo, he made I Get the Bag. Because on Quavo they would do the damn chorus, and it was just him and Takeoff and Gucci the entire time. Actually, Offset got taken off that track, actually.
I mean, but Offset made Bad and Bougie, though, you know? Damn. Like, he basically made that, like, he was the best part of that track, easily.
Nah, Uzi Vert was. I'm just kidding.
Man,
I'm kidding.
about to say, you smoking that good crack. Top shelf.
Yeah.
Out of pure curiosity, are they also from New York?
Nah, they're from Atlanta, man.
Man,
they're from Atlanta.
Dreams.
Okay. Yo, edit this whole part out.
They're from quote unquote Atlanta.
They're from like fucking Decatur.
Oh, Decatur. Okay.
Not Decatur. No,
I was just throwing out as a
Oh.
random place. I'm just saying they're actually not from Atlanta.
Okay,
they're like, you know,
it's like
they're
when
they're from like Lithonia or something.
Yeah, like some place that's like right outside of it, but so they claim it. It's like when like Canadian niggas like from Mississauga go, yo, I'm from Toronto. It's like, no, you're not.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I guess part of the reason I asked is because I wasn't sure how they met, and so I was thinking maybe they were from the same city.
They got a Wikipedia page.
Yeah, I think like Quavos and
leave me alone, damn it.
Are like cousins or uncles, whatever, nephew and uncle. And
I think one of them. I think two of them are an uncle to one of them.
Yeah,
is how it works.
Oh boy, that is an interesting dynamic.
I had no idea that existed. I didn't go that far. I went that far.
That's exactly how far it went, and I stopped. I don't know who's the uncle. I don't know who's the nephew in that situation. It's two uncles. There's one nephew. The Migos, and make sure you say the Migos. They hate it when you don't say the.
Okay.
I feel like that's bad advice. I don't know why.
Because it's like a last name. Okay. I got it now.
Oh my god.
The A is silent. That's why you just say Migos, but it's technically the Amigos.
Amigos?
Yeah, it's the Amigos.
They're just real good friends.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Do not listen to them.
Oh, man, why are y'all?
Ignore them.
I see. I'm not asking anything else. I'm going to
Like
Wikipedia.
if you go to like a store or CD store and you see like the cover and it says Amigos without the A, it's a bootleg copy. You're looking for the one that says Amigos.
Oh my god!
I don't like
You'll
you.
be listening to some Saturday night, Spanish guitar, mariachi band shit.
And I would have definitely come back to you guys like, man, I didn't know the Migos play Spanish guitar before they went to rap. Why didn't you guys tell me?
Like legit on the last album, they do have a song called Narcos that has that. So if that would have popped up first, you probably would have been thrown off for real.
I suppose at this point it's clear that my Migos exposure is minimal at this point.
I mean, they think it's a decent group,
Okay.
If you can,
You got a few good hits, Bad and Bougie.
yeah, Bad and Bougie.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Culture, yeah, T-shirt and fuck, I can't think of it. Well, all their features are pretty much dope too. Their features are really good, but
I like the Soul Train video that they put out recently.
Drake looked like he was like straight out of Dominican Republic and shit. Like, it's like, hey, bro, you ever gonna rep Toronto ever again? I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. He was looking like those like white dudes that they used to do all the funk music back in the day. That's what he looked like to me. Like
I definitely see like some like Harlem Dominican ass thinking like, hey, yo, Papi, let me come talk to you. Like, yo, Drake, please pick a culture, fam. You can't be jumping around like this.
I mean, hey, he already on Louisiana Creole shit, but.
And the funny thing was, like people from Toronto were roasting him because like he posted an Instagram photo, I think, of him in a Dewey, and he responded and he used like a whole bunch of like Toronto slang in like one sentence, and people were like, "Yo, nobody uses that much slang in one sentence like that. We don't chain it together like that. Like, what is wrong with this man?"
SoWellspoken.com. We're on Twitter at SoWellspokenPod. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. Just recently got added to Spotify.
Hey, gang.
Guys, have anything else you want to talk about before we go? Last call.
I got a new laptop. So, as soon as I figure out what I want to stream, I will be streaming again regularly with a face cam and everything, not just randomly turn on the PS4 and just hitting share and shit.
Okay. So, Well Spoken Gaming stream coming soon, hosted by Mike.
Look, y'all putting too much pressure on me. It ain't gonna be consistent. Well, hell, that's probably
That's our MO.
I was supposed to say that reflects the product. So yeah,
Just have a little banner at the bottom that says "So Well Spoken."
You're right. I gotta do a bunch of like UI changes and shit like that because my stream setup from back when I used to stream like heavy is so fucking outdated. Like
I did have one last thought. White friends, if you are in a white fraternity, if you know somebody that's in a white fraternity and they suggest, hey, maybe we should try blackface one time and post the pictures on Instagram, tug them, take them to the side, tell them, no, baby, don't do that. Don't do that again.
Oh yeah, I saw that article.
Just please. White people they're getting suspended at Cal Polytechnic right now because they decided they were going to do blackface. Like, please stop. Y'all don't stop. Why?
That's good advice, Dreams. So
Why?
Everyone out there, when you do your racist blackface, don't upload it to Instagram.
Just share it in your iMessage group chat amongst yourselves. Don't even do that really, because one of y'all gonna snitch. So
one of them is definitely
put on your Snap maybe.
Somebody will still record that too. Like, just don't even take a picture of it. Just keep it in your memories.
It's like, don't iPhones have like the record feature now?
Yeah, just keep it in your memories.
Make sure you're at one of those like Derek Jeter no phones allowed parties, and you should be cool.
You said they did that at Cal what?
Cal Polytechnic.
Oh, that's very bold.
Yeah.
What level of blackface we talking here, Dreams?
Level?
Like, what was the costume? Did they have like props?
They did. They had props. They looked like
oh god,
looked like they were attempting to imitate gang members or something. Like the basketball jerseys and like tats and the do rags.
Oh, it was nothing specific. It wasn't like
an
Jules
actual
Fiction.
black painted face. No, that That was it.
They went full minstrel show, didn't they?
They went for, at least for the photo op. I don't know if there was like a party that was associated with it as well.
So they really just went as like generic people.
Yeah, just generic black stereotypes.
They couldn't even pick a celebrity or athlete that everyone knew.
No, it's just
that's some lazy blackface. I understand why you're mad, Dreams.
Yeah, it's disappointing. it's just so disappointing.
It's always weird too because it's like all these college and these white fraternities and sororities who do this, like their stereotypes are always like from the fucking 90s and shit. Like every time it's always like dudes wearing like fucking XXL jerseys with some fucking size 52 jeans. It's like, nigga, none of us dress like that anymore, my guy. Like,
have you seen a gangbanger?
Yeah, like you won't even know that nigga's a gang. Yeah, like you won't know that nigga's a gang until he shoot you in your chest. Like, come on, fam.
I just wonder, like, what's the internal conversation among the fraternity brothers as they're deciding what their next? Is that all it is? They just think it's cute.
I don't see how it could be anything else.
Because it's just.
Yeah,
like damn.
It's like, wouldn't it be funny if we went as black people, and then that's the end of the conversation after everyone says yes.
They gave each other high fives, like, dude, bro, that's a good idea, man. We're gonna do that shit, and that was really about it.
Robert Downey Jr. did that shit. We can do it too, man.
Dude, Todd, dude, yeah, did you see Tropic Thunder, dude? It was fucking totes. Yeah, that's what they do, and it's just like, and they're off.
That shit was way too accurate.
I got scared.
I mean, that's what they fucking do, and it's just like they have nobody there to be like, hey, this is probably not a good idea, because they're scared of black people. Like they walk across the street, around the corner just to get to their destination when they see one of us. So, and the funny thing that you brought that up, Dreams, is that there's this TV show on Netflix I highly recommend called On My Block.
Okay.
It's about like a bunch of gang members as they try to navigate through LA and trying to get out of the gang life. Some of them are trying to get out, some of them are staying in, but it's a really good series.
Okay.
And there's a scene where one of the younger brothers of a gang member, he's in college and he's just trying to be accepted, and he goes to he's trying to go to one of the fraternity parties, and they basically they make fun of him and stuff like that, and they insult him and they throw racist jabs at his, like, stereotypes at him, via verbal insult. And so, he goes home, he's angry, upset, and then he goes back and he tells his brother, and then he goes back because, like, they were all dressed in, like, those stereotypes and the blackface, things like that. He tells his brother, who is actually a gangbanger, and, his brother gets out the car. Well, he walks up to them, they're like, you want some more? And he's like, no, but my brother does. So brother gets out the car. His face, he's got a tear tat on his face, and he walks up to the first guy he sees, the little fraternity boy, and he's got like a little tear tat on his face, but obviously it's like drawn on there,
right?
And he's just like, yo, this right here, he's like, this shit is real, fam. He's like, this ain't no game. And yo, this little white dude just breaks down crying. He's like, I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna have to see that. What's it called again?
On My Block.
On My Block on Netflix. Okay.
Yeah. And yo, watching the little white boy cry, I'm not even gonna lie, I thought it was the funniest thing ever. I was like, yo, I want to see more tears like this. Like,
all right, keep an eye out for Mike's future streams.
Fire Train 92
On My Block. Was it on Netflix?
Yes.
And Dreams wants to remind you that blackface still a bad idea. 2018. We'll keep you updated as the story progresses.
It might change in 2019.
We'll see. We don't know. We can't determine the future.
Trump is president, but
that would be wild if that man came up in blackface one day.
Would that really be the craziest thing that he's done?
Because I don't know why, but for some reason I'm like, yo, watch Trump one day then pop up in blackface to talk about the crime in Chicago. Like, this motherfucker right here.
Vote or die.
That's what Diddy said.
Take that.
Some people thought he was really going to go out there and kill him if they didn't vote. Like, yo, if I don't vote, Diddy's going to show up at my house with a gang of goons and just kill me. So I got to vote.
That is his favorite move.
Ooh. Too soon.
Oh, shit.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Is it? It's like 20 years.
Imagine that. You caught off work. Like, why didn't you show up today? Did you not hear Diddy, nigga? He said vote or die. And he didn't mean like you die. He meant that you were actively going to die, as in he was going to kill you. I don't want no problems with Diddy, man. But yeah, I need everybody to vote in midterms. Thank you. Unless you're voting conservative, then if you're going to vote Republican,
You stay your ass at home.
that was a nice way of putting that. Thank you, because I was going to say something a lot worse.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, Dreams.
Of course.
It's always good to have you around, Dreams.
Yeah,
try.
you're like a good filter for me, because man, one day I might end up on some list or somewhere. Like the wrong person's gonna hear this podcast. I'm like, wait a minute.
All right, see you guys next time.
Yep.
That's it. Done.
Sounds good.
All right, see ya.
We did it,
Yep.
coach.
Take that.
Take that.
Take that. Gang life. Gang.